Hello, welcome to Rise and Receive. This is a reset point in your day where you have an opportunity to explore how to receive your fulfillment by unlearning struggle. So today we're starting a brand new series for this week where we're going to be talking about receiving beauty and well-being and how to open the floodgates. So today, Monday, then Wednesday and Friday, we'll have part 1, part 2, and part 3, where I'm going to be illuminating blind spots that can actually be in the way of you receiving greater fulfillment regarding health, beauty, well-being, things pertaining to your physical body. So to start, I'm going to invite you to think about any particular goals you may have around beauty, health, and well-being. Think about the outcomes that you want. I thought that I would focus on this because it's very common with the brand new year for people to have New Year's resolutions around this topic. And so I thought, let's address this early now so that, you can open the floodgates even more and really experience greater receiving. So how do we do this? How do we open the floodgates? Well, I like to define a blind spot as when your current point of view hides an essential insight. And a receiving blind spot, because what we talk about here at Rise and Receive is how to receive your fulfillment. A receiving blind spot occurs when you're operating more as a human doing versus a human being. And this happens because many of us are very well trained and indoctrinated into the power model of doing. So the power model of doing, I like to use the hunter metaphor as a way to really capture how it is that we experience, express, and embody our power when we are doing, which means we use a lot of thinking and a lot of action. We strategize, we make plans, we set goals, we have timelines, we take action. So there's a whole lot of doing. And the hunter model is great when you have an intention, when you know what you want, and when you're activating and using your 5 physical senses. But what about when all of that doing and hard work doesn't work? When you've been working really hard and you're still waiting for your goals to arrive, when you just are in do mode and you think that if you stop, you're never going to get there. It's actually worse. You can't take your foot off the gas. How do you actually receive your fulfillment? Well, receiving is its own tangible, concrete, and results-producing skill set. But a lot of people are much less familiar with receiving as a skill set, and more specifically, the being model of power. The being model of power. And the metaphor for the being model of power is the majestic tree who stands in its place, receives everything it needs, and I would dare say much of what it wants all day long. It examines nothing, it strategizes nothing, it doesn't pursue, it doesn't hunt, and it not only receives everything that it needs and what it wants for the most part all day long, but it actually has tremendous impact and influence just by its mere presence. The majestic tree is invitation-based as opposed to intention-based. And the being model of power is what allows you to receive your fulfillment beyond what you could ever conceive of with your mind and do with your own actions. And much faster in many ways because it bypasses that linear step-by-step process and instead allows you to receive directly from life. Life becomes your provider instead of you being the provider. So much more is possible. And that's what we do is we learn how to access the being model of power so that we are not limited by the doing model of power. And then things become available. So today we're going to talk about beauty, health, and well-being. And what I wanted to focus on today is what I call the outcome blind spot. The outcome blind spot. Now, because blind spots are blind to you, by definition, in other words, you can't see it. You don't know. You always need somebody else to point out a blind spot. I like to give you clues so that you can at least know what to look for. And then you can discover, is this blind spot sabotaging my efforts? So you know that the outcome blind spot might be sabotaging your efforts around beauty, health, and well-being, or hindering your progress, or you might be feeling stuck if You are really, really, really focused on the outcome you want to produce. Now, this goes against a lot of common popular thought around health, beauty, and well-being goals. People say, identify your goal and make a commitment to your plan, and you got to show up for yourself, and you got to do. Well, that's the doing model of power, okay? But when we're focusing on the being model of power, one of the foundational ideas is that your consciousness creates your reality. Everything that we do here at Success for the Soul and in all the receiving programs is based in this basic assumption: your consciousness creates your reality. If this is a new idea to you, just know that this concept is far-reaching. You can see it in all schools of thought. You can see it spiritually, metaphysically, quantum physics, and science, and nature, and art. It's forever. It's everywhere. And when you tap into this, you really start to discover how to go beyond your inner glass ceiling. So if your consciousness creates your reality, now what's consciousness? Your consciousness is the sum total of your thoughts, feelings, sensations, emotions, conscious, unconscious, belief systems, expectations, all sorts of things that happen in your inner world. It's not just what you think about. It's much broader than that, right? So if you are focused on the outcome of your goals around your beauty, health, and well-being, your consciousness, what's really happening in consciousness is this: I will not be happy. I will not be satisfied. I will not be fulfilled until I get the outcome that I want. That's what's really happening in consciousness. And we're such powerful creators that guess what? You will manifest exactly that. You will manifest you not being happy, fulfilled, or satisfied until. So that outcome is always outside of you. You are separate from what you want. And that perpetuates what I call a separation consciousness, which means you can never actually get there in any lasting way. You could muscle your way to it. You could use willpower and do what the hunter does and works really hard and pursues it. But to achieve that lasting fulfillment with your beauty, health, and well-being goals, you cannot focus exclusively on the outcome. You need to instead, and this is how we now open the flow gates, you want to start to shift to being satisfaction oriented. That's a completely different ballgame. Ask yourself now, when you think about your goals around beauty, health, and well-being, what would feel most satisfying? Whether it's around your activity level, whether it's around your health lifestyle habits, whether it's around the conditions of your life around beauty, health, and well-being, what would be most satisfying? And just be in that question and explore it. So let me give you an example. With this new year, I wanted to go to the next level with doing yoga every day, or at least more often, okay? Because I just started to get into it the last few years. And I've been inconsistent, but I find that when I do it, I love it. My body loves it. I'm in alignment. Everything feels good. It's a good thing for me and my body. And so I really wanted to go to the next level. Now, the old Sonia, before I was consciousness oriented, would have said, okay, well, I'm going to commit to doing yoga 5 days a week, and this is how I'm going to do it and when I'm going to do it. And, just the hunter mode, right? I was going to think of a plan and I was going to take action. But here's what happens. If I get outcome oriented, every time that I am not successful with the outcome, with the thing I said I would do, what happens? I am not feeling good, fulfilled, or satisfied until I achieve that outcome. You are living in your physical body your entire life. Wherever you go, there you are. But if you can only be fulfilled when you have those moments of perfection or outcome or achievement, what happens to your experience in your body the rest of the time? It's unsatisfying. So what I did instead was I retooled my way of thinking about this, and I'm very much about focusing on invitation instead of intention when it comes to expansion and life dreams. So my invitation to life, my willingness is to fall in love with yoga, to fall in love and to be inspired with this new experience of physicality in my life. And so I always invite that whenever I'm thinking about doing yoga. I never beat myself up because, oh, I didn't do yoga today. I'm like, I notice when I don't. And then I say, I am willing to fall in love with yoga. I am willing to feel inspired to do yoga as often as possible, because that is a way of being, which is the essence of what I want instead of the form of what I want. So with that, what I want to do is read you from my brand new Receive card deck. And by the way, I'm going to do a little timeout. I'm really excited to show you this. So if you've been coming to Rise and Receive since July 7th of last year, you've been hearing me talk about the Receive cards. The pre-order doors have opened, and here's a little taste of what to expect. This came in from the printers. These are my proofs, very much in proof form, but this is what the outside of the box will look like. I know it's backwards to you, but you just have to see how beautiful it is. I don't know how the colors translate here, but believe me, they are vibrant and gorgeous. Here's a sample of some of the cards. Da, 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 da. You got your topic and your willingness mantra. There's a little booklet that comes with this. Here's what the back of the cards look like. Oh my God, aren't they beautiful? I'm so excited. Okay, this is from the Receive with Ease. Here's a sample of those. I feel like I'm doing show and tell in school. This is the Receive Soothing. Okay, and I don't know if I have, let me see, do I have any of my blue ones? Here we go. And this is the Receive Your Needs. So you can go take another look on the, yeah, Julie, aren't they beautiful? I'm so excited. You can go to receiveCardDeck.com to pre-order yours, and you'll also discover there's a gift bundle that comes with it if you order before they come out in April. So anyway, back to the rest of Receiving Beauty and Wellbeing. I just had to show you because I was so excited. So I'm going to read you a portion from the card. If you were to pull the card, Receive Beauty and Wellbeing from the deck, then you would go to the little booklet that comes with the deck, and then you would read this whole card. Now, I've already done a whole video on that, so I'll include a link to it so that you can take in the full card, but we'll be revisiting this all week. And this is the segment I wanted to read you today that really reinforces this idea of the outcome blind spot and your opportunity to shift to satisfaction instead, and use the power of invitation to take you into greater fulfillment with beauty, health, and well-being. So I just invite you to sit back and listen to what this card has to offer you. The body-mind connection is undeniable. There's an abundance of scientific research and historical accounts of physical transformation that can only be attributed to states of consciousness. The placebo effect that saves a life, an incorrect terminal prognosis that reveals the complete absence of pathology after death, dramatic, easy weight loss after years of struggle when a relationship status changes in the direction of great relief. Your body believes your judgments and assumptions. It is highly responsive to your mental and emotional relationship with it. If you approach your body goals focused only on the outcome, whether related to your health, beauty, or well-being, you may struggle. An outcome-oriented approach, hard work, and willpower can absolutely produce results. However, if you exclude your mind and emotions from your strategies, it's quite common that your mood and self-image could vary greatly depending on the current state of your body. This is because an outcome-driven approach is based in lack. Your consciousness creates your reality. When your actions and strategies are driven only by the pursuit of an outcome, your consciousness tells your body, my body, as it is not okay. I must fix or change it. Your body believes you, and you manifest this exact experience. My body is not okay. I must fix or change it. So, Your body believes your judgments, and the idea that you will only be happy, you must produce an outcome because it's not okay as it is exactly what you manifest. You being unsatisfied and unfulfilled until. Outcome orientation is all about until, and it holds your dream hostage to the conditions being fulfilled in your life. But when you become willing to explore and invite and open up to satisfaction right now, you start to first feel satisfaction and peace in your relationship with your body. And then you start attracting into your experience the awareness, the next steps, the inspiration, the clarity, the knowledge, and the physical body response that aligns with satisfaction and fulfillment. So here's a mantra that you can use if you take nothing else from today and you are wanting to really receive fulfillment with beauty and well-being. Every time you think about your body, every time you think about the outcomes you want, stop, pause, breathe, and then use this mantra instead of trying to fix your body. I am willing to feel great in my body under all conditions. I am willing to feel great in my body under all conditions. After all, that's what you really want. You want to feel great in your body. That's what we all want when we have these goals. And we think if we change our body, we're going to feel great. No, you need to be willing to feel great first, and then your body will come into alignment with that. So this willingness mantra is one of the ways to get the ball rolling with that. Now, it occurs to me that some of you don't even know my background, but just to give you a little taste, everything that I teach about this is firsthand experience. I used to have an eating disorder. I lived a personal private hell for many years. I carried an extra 50 pounds for a long time, and the weight wasn't the issue, but the self-loathing was, the unhappiness was, the fact that I couldn't stand being in my own skin, and I was putting my life on hold until I lost the weight. So I traveled quite a journey. I did healing, and now I have the body I love and love the body I have, and it changes, bodies change. This idea that we should lock into a certain sort of ideal from either at some point in our lives or something out that's been photoshopped, that is hell. Sorry, that's really how I feel about it. That's purgatory, right? But when you learn how to transform the way you relate to your body, and we're going to talk more about that this week, then you can start to find freedom and liberation. So I'm going to also include a link to a program that if this speaks to you, want to learn more, you can learn. It's called Have the Body You Love. And I'll just include a link to that. And also, if you do go ahead and pre-order the Receive cards, part of the gift bundle is there are 4 of my most popular classes included as my gift. They're usually $10 each, so you get that as part of your gift bundle, as well as a workbook for the cards, a companion workbook. But in that collection of audios is an audio class, an MP3 called Have the Body You Love, the no diet truth behind beauty, health, and well-being. So just know that you can access that right away. Anyway, I hope this was helpful to you. I hope it gives you a new way of looking at beauty, health, and well-being for the new year and beyond. And please like and share if you like this. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the red button if you're there. And look at the links above and below. Keep coming back, and I'll see you at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.